Recently, a U.S. immigration judge has ruled that there were no grounds to deport Tufts University student who wrote an op-ed on Gaza. A second judge said using deportation as a threat violated the First Amendment rights of people like her, because those rights apply to foreigners. What is your response to that? And Mr. Prime Minister, I just wanted to follow up on the China angle. Secretary just spoke about balancing relationships. You've been pushing a lot for more Chinese investments in Hungary. How will you make sure that that does not create a problem in your relationship with Washington? Thank you.
Yeah, on the two questions you asked, first of all, on the particular case of the student, look, my job at the State Department is if I identify someone who I believe is present, someone who's a visitor, a guest to the United States, and we identify that their presence in our country poses a threat to our foreign policy, to our national security, we're going to take that person's visa away. We're going to take their visa away. That's what we're going to do. We've done that in a lot of cases over the last year. We've done it. Fact is that, visas are not a right. I've said this repeatedly. I don't know why it's so hard for some to comprehend it, so let me repeat it again. A visa, no one's entitled to a visa. There is no constitutional right to a visa. Okay, a visa is a permission to enter our country as a visitor. If you enter our country as a visitor, and as a visitor in our country, be it a student, a tourist, a journalist, whatever you want to be, and you undertake activities that are against the national interest and national security of the United States, we will take away your visa. In fact, if we knew you were going to...
What I like about Marco Rubio, he's speaking extreme facts. Visas are not a right. We have a lot of people that want to come to America, enjoy America, whether that's visiting, whether that's learning, whether that's doing whatever they can do in our country that they can't do in their country. But we have people coming over here that are not American citizens and thinking that they have the rights of American citizens by way of a visa. There's a Turkish student that came here, and she was at Tufts University. She wrote a op-ed criticizing America on how they're handling the Israel-Gaza thing. And what that is, you're criticizing the U.S. government that gave you the visa. Absolutely, your visa shall be revoked. You're not here to learn. You're here to create chaos. You're here to criticize. That is not your place. People can't go to these other countries and do that. You know what happens if you go to another country and you go against them in their country? Look it up. Do some research. We have people taking advantage of the visa process and the visa and coming here and create chaos by protesting, writing op-eds and all these things. Your visa is for you to come here and learn. So learn. We have too many foreigners coming here on these visas, and they're messing up America and trying to influence America. This is why America is so divided, because a lot of people come here and bring their values, bring what they've learned into America by way of using a visa when they're supposed to learn our ways, but really they want to bring their ways to mess up America. That's the thing that you have to understand. That's the reason why Marco Rubio is making total sense. Visas is not a right. It's not in the Constitution. You have to use that visa to learn and be quiet. How can you have an opinion and write these pieces and protest and everything when you're not an American citizen? There's been multiple people that have been sent back to their home country because they have abused the visa's privileges. It is not a right. It's a permission slip. So as they giveth, they can taketh. He's making perfect sense. It's not about a race thing. It's not about this. It's not about being mean. It's not about Trump. It's about facts. You come here to learn, be quiet, learn, and go back to your country. Because you know why? I can't go to anybody else's country and criticize their government and make it out alive. We all know that's true. So what makes you think that you can come to our country when you're supposed to learn, get your PhD, master's, whatever you want to get, but then in return, you say a big F you and say, I'm going to criticize you because now I'm in your country. This is what they do. This is why this makes total sense. That Turkish PhD student should not have wrote that. She shouldn't have wrote that. She should have just minded her business and got that PhD, focused on her studies, and then she wouldn't have gotten her visa revoked. Yes, right now she's protected by the judge, but at the end of the day, the executive branch has the final say. she will not be here much longer. She will get deported because she violated the rules. If you go to somebody else's home, do you go to their home and try to change their rules, or do you follow the rules? It's very important. It's very important. There's nothing mean, there's nothing racist. It's all facts what he's talking about.
Do it, we probably wouldn't have given you your visa. That's what we do. The decision to remove someone from our country after we take away our visa, that belongs to other agencies of our government. As far as judges are concerned, judges, that's a different branch of government. They're not going to tell us how to conduct the foreign policy of the United States. If they have an issue with the process by which someone was removed, then obviously that's an issue for other agencies in our government that are involved in enforcing that. All I can opine to you on is taking away someone's visas. And no judge is going to tell the executive branch how to conduct foreign policy, because that's not up to judges, that's up to the executive branch. On your first question about
and that makes sense. That makes sense. Who's in charge of that should be the executive branch, because now what you're doing when you're writing these pieces and you're saying you're being an activist and you're doing all of these things, you have a problem with Israel and Gaza, whatever cause that you have. Now it's the Iran regime. You guys have all these problems. Go to their country and fight. Go to their country and write these pieces. Go to their countries and protest. Why do people feel like they have to come here and create the chaos here? That's the thing I don't understand. If you have a problem what's going on in these other parts of the country, go there, spread your message there. That's the part that I never understand when I'm looking at it as a person with a lot of logical sense, common sense, right? Why are you here to get your visa and get your PhD in America, but you want to write about Israel, Gaza, Palestine, all of that in America? If you have a problem with that, go to the source. I'm a firm believer in that. If you have a problem with something, go to the source. Don't come here and create chaos for our kids. Go over there. We had a huge protest in downtown LA against the Iran regime. Why? What is your protesting, possibly messing up, damaging properties in LA going to do towards Iran? Somebody has to explain it to me. Somebody has to really give me a logical reason why these things are happening, why people are coming here and create chaos here in our home country about issues that are abroad. If you have a problem with the issues abroad, go abroad. Go to Israel and Gaza Strip and go over there. Go to Iran and protest. Do all that stuff there. Why is it important to do it here? Why is it important to create chaos here? Somebody really has to tell me, because it's really getting frustrated, because we got kids that are in this country, and what it is implementing our kids, and our kids see that and they want to join in that too. I'm not worried about anything that's going in overseas. If you know me, if you watch the No Filter Morning Show, you know this about me. I have no filter, so I'll tell you this right now. I can care less what's going on overseas. I care about what's going on in America. So if you're fighting about American issues in America, different. That's what you want to do. But if you're here in my country and you're not from here, but you're creating chaos about issues overseas, that's where I have a problem. Let me know your thoughts about this in the comments below. Like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you lock in Monday through Friday, 10:21 a.m. Pacific Standard Time on the No Filter Morning Show. We're going to keep this thing rocking. Also, make sure you lock into the Patreon. Link is in the description below. I appreciate you guys, and I'm out.